like there'll be a Beatles poster in the background, or like the people she was transformed into were like 50s characters, and people are like they're not like overly dressed in like 50s clothing, but you can see it if you're looking for it, or like in the background the cars.
Yeah, you can see those older cars, right?
But very, very in the background.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great. I'm not a fan of when it's too in your face. Like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a lava lamp. It must be the 70s or whatever. You know?
Right. Oh, he's playing Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is where it gets, like, if it wasn't scary before, this gets scary.
This character looks so creepy. We get a little bit of Archie world in here.
Yes, Betty and Veronica are in the woods themselves doing their own witchcraft, pretending to be what I can't remember what they were probably fighting over Archie and
yeah, exactly. They were trying to summon the demoness of desire to help them settle a blood rivalry. And you don't know that they're Betty and Veronica right away, but if you know that it's Archie World, it's like, oh, they have the Riverdale High sweaters on, and one's blonde and one has black hair, and they say Archie in the next panel.
Right. And
but what is the the character they summon?
So it works.
To me. It's like
it works, and this like buxom naked woman climbs out of the mud. She's covered in blood, and you do not see her face for the longest time, and she feeds on a deer, and that is so gory looking. She's
almost like a shadow demon type character too. Like there's so much blackness and like the hair covering her eyes, you can't see her face, like Larry said. And then we get the splash page. Oh my goodness, this is so creepy looking.
Yeah, this is very, very horror. And I don't quite get why she has to have two skulls in her eyes. So she's a skull-faced woman.
She's a skull-face, yeah, like with like the nose hole missing or whatnot, and she's got like the teeth with no lips, but then there's like lips painted on over her teeth, which just looks so creepy. I've never seen anything like that before, but it's a really creepy touch.
And then she has two tiny little skulls that are dripping blood out of their mouths as eyeballs. What is the point of that?
I don't know, but whenever they thought of it, it works. It's creepy.
And then, so the next issue is Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. Oh, and it says the demon's like, because the demon, it's kind of like she might be the person who was supposed to marry Sabrina's father, but before the father ended up falling in love with a human woman.
Right.
And she needs to seek her vengeance, but she needs a new face first. And you're like, oh, that's a hook of like, whose face is she? Like, what? She needs a new face? How is she going to get this? And whose face is it going to be? It better not be Archie's. All of a sudden she's Jughead.
Well, we're going to meet more characters inside of the Archie world, but so if this sets the tone for this series, and I'm sorry to say, but this series, it's actually coming back. I just saw it in last month's previews. This series is coming back, but this series,
awesome.
When did this start? This was 2015?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think there are 4 issues of this. It is so slow to come out.
I'm disappointed. I mean, I can imagine it comes out like every Halloween, an issue or 2, something like that.
Yeah, it's very slow to come out. But I can
understand with the art though. There's so much work put into this art.
Right. I'm always on the hook. So you want to talk about the art some more? I mean, like it is just so pretty to look at.
I mean, we talked about it quite a bit, just like how great the characters look and the splash pages, and there's always a like creepy orange background, and the characters are identifiable but not like super detailed, and just like subtle, like the background isn't invasive, but there's like enough little details. This is my favorite art so far.
Yeah,
This season.
It's a real unique style, and it does work really good. Now, did you happen to flip beyond the letters page into the reprinting of the original? Like, I can't tell where this came from. It looks like it was probably done in the mid like 60s or something itself. And
yeah, it's way more in the Archie style, and you like see Archie on TV, and it's like classic Archie style, really.
Yeah.
And you get like more of like, oh, she's, it's more established in the story of her like messing around in high school, and she knows she's not allowed to. Other people can fall in love with her, but she's not allowed to, or she'll no longer be a witch. And she's like making the basketball team miss their shots, or like making the nerd at school forget the answers, or like making people fall in love with people they shouldn't, and all these, it's like harmless pranks kind of thing.
Yeah, it's very Archie.
Yeah, very Archie.
And her cat is so much more friendly in this one.
But it was kind of a cute, like, oh, this is like, I can see it's a totally different portrayal. I'm not as big of a fan, just because I'm such a big fan of the other stuff.
Right. Well, the other stuff is like that sweet syrupy Sabrina is probably what the show is based on. It's probably not based on this Stephen King-ish horror book.
But it makes more sense that it would be horror. Like it's almost Addams Family-ish.
With just dialed up a little bit.
Yeah, but like how you like the characters even though they're creepy and doing bad things.
Right.
Yeah. So, should I give my ranking for it?
You should.
This was a tough decision for me, actually. I gave it number 2.
What got bumped?
Let me see here. Stray Bullets got bumped down. And believe it or not, this almost was number 1.
This almost bumped Deadly
Paper
Class?
Girls off.
Oh, Paper Girls. Deadly Class is still up there.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Oh, I have it. No, it did bump Paper Girls. Deadly Class is still number 1.
All right, on.
There we go.
Well,
sorry about that, Deadly Class. I didn't mean to.
Number 2 for Sabrina,
yeah.
Chilling Adventures. Well, that is pretty good. So I hope that we found your next favorite comic, and you don't have that much work to do. It's 4 issues, and if you're grooving on it, like I said, Previews has it coming out in midsummer, I think. So the next issue, probably issue 5. All right, how about next week?
All right, I'm looking forward to it, Larry. You kind of teased it at the open.
So you might recognize the artist on this one. So, what's the setup here? So it's an FBI agent who has been promoted to look for the Loch Ness Monster, the El Chupacabra, the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, all of them.
I like this concept. I can see it being very well paced.
This first issue looks and reads so well. I cannot wait to get into this one. It's free on Comixology as well.
Nice.
And
that's what I love to hear.
The series wrapped up at issue, I don't have my notes in front of me. I'm going to say 30 issues.
72.
No,
30.
30 issues. It was a nice long run. So written by Alexander Gratian and art by Riley Rosmo.
What's it called?
And the book is called Proof.
Proof. Oh, that's a great title.
It's a great title, and it was published by Image.
Is the main character a professor?
The main character is not a professor.
He's not like an Indiana Jones character.
The main character is a Sasquatch.
Oh, okay.
Named Proof.
Okay. That totally flipped the script on me, and now this is okay.
And You would not think that something as fantastical would be in a... Well, it's a horror book. This first issue is a little shocking. So if you enjoyed this and you want more of this, come back next week and we'll be here. And thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm always so slow with the music. All right. I like doing these.
That was a great one.
I like doing these early shows.
Yeah, me too. I'd be down with switching it to earlier all the time.
Well, I'd have to figure out how I'm gonna make it to the gym, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can we'll play it by ear week by week. But yeah, I really like this earlier thing.
Yeah, I do too. Cause I'm always just like, oh, let's wrap it up, James. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, dude. I'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye.